Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you that future. That future.
Gentlemen, let's talk openly and honestly about the things that we're supposed to do as men. And number one, I have to tell you that being a father starts in the womb. It doesn't start 2 years later, 9 months after the baby gets here. It doesn't start when you decide whether or not it's your child. It starts from the moment you're given this information that you're going to be a dad. Let that sink in, let that resonate, and deal with the fact. The fact is your life will never be the same because you just walked into that fatherhood universe, and from this point on, you are a dad committed to taking care of your legacy, taking care of another human being. You're there to help nurture, help develop, help guide, help this child see life in ways that he could never imagine without your assistance. But you have to come to the reality in the terms of your new reality. And your new reality is just this. Every child wants to know himself or herself. And without you there, there's a huge disparity, there's a huge loss. And we can't continue to be absent. We can't continue to be invisible. We can't continue to be angry, continue to be indifferent to something so crucial and something so profound as helping raise a child. Now there's this other little factor in here about co-parenting. And some people are under the impression that co-parenting starts or really is initiated when two people separate or two people divorce. And I'm here to tell you that co-parenting, whether you are divorced, separated, or married, you're always co-parenting. And co-parenting starts from the moment that that child gets here. But it starts when that baby is in the belly and longing to hear your voice, longing to feel your touch. That's when this starts. So you're always co-parenting. It's your job not to let other factors derail you from being a man, derail you from being a dad, derail you from being the human being that I know you're capable of being. And it doesn't matter how angry she makes you, how angry you feel about circumstances that you feel you had no control of. Gentlemen, if you hopped in that bed, then you was a part of the reason that you have a child, and you have to accept that. And telling yourself that she should have used something, she tricked you, all of these asinine reasons as to why you are slipping out of your duties. It's wrong. So let's get back to the most important point. The most important point is this. When a child comes along, he or she understands that two people help get him or her here. And when they're missing a piece, they're missing a piece of themselves. And when they miss a piece of themselves, they are dysfunctional. When they miss a piece of themselves, they don't have the full awareness of how to accept life and how to accept others because they're missing part of you. And I know you never really contemplate this and you never think about this, gentlemen, but it is true. I'm so tired of seeing kids walk into a school and walk into a classroom and talk about you, lie about you, talk about how much you love them, how much they want to be with you, and you're not even there and you're not even aware of how much they need you and how much they long to be with you. You don't have to love a woman, but you have to respect a mother. You have to do everything in your power to make sure that these children don't go astray because they will in search of you. And your competition, the gang member, the drugs, the streets, misinformed information that they receive, all of these things, it's up to you to neutralize those things, to be a shield, to be a defense that those things never hit home. So being angry and being disillusioned about how much responsibility you actually have for another life, you have to eliminate those things. Gentlemen, fatherhood starts in the womb. From the moment that you've given this information, doing all of the prenatal care, asking the doctor what she needs, finding out how you can assist her in being happy, how you can assist her with making sure that your child, your unborn child, is ready to come into this world and he or she is peaceful. These are all the things that you do, all the things that you need to do. Being angry, being disconnected, being frustrated are emotions that you don't have time for. You get no points from that, but you get points for being there. You get points for loving your child. You get points for deciding to be a decent human being when some others, you get points for deciding to be a decent human being when so many others walk away. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your obligation, and that child wants you. He wants to hear your voice. He wants to see your face. He wants your embrace. He wants the strength of a man that only you can give. Yes, indeed, we have mamas playing daddy and mommy, but it doesn't work. It is still an unfulfilled existence when you know you have two parents. So the bottom line is this. From the moment you get this information, you are not allowed to say you're unhappy. You're not allowed to say that you're disappointed. You're not allowed to say that you're going to walk away. You're not allowed to say you're going to be invisible. You're not allowed to say you're going to be disconnected. You're not allowed to say that co-parenting is not your vocabulary. You are allowed to say, I'm going to be a loving, dedicated, committed man and father, and I'm going to do the best I can to see that this child knows me, loves me, and understands life through my lens. And as he sees my lens, he will develop his or her own lens. That's what you need to understand, and I can't emphasize this enough. Gentlemen, fatherhood starts in the womb. Don't be afraid to touch her. Don't be afraid to caress her. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable and do the right thing. Your child needs you. The mother of this unborn baby needs you. And you need to step your game up and make sure that you are being the man that you're more than capable of being. My name is JB the Mentor. Please share this information with anyone that you think needs it. Leave comments below. Let's share a dialogue about how we can become better men and better fathers. And through that, we can begin to touch all of the lives that we need to touch one by one. And no kid should not know what it is to know his dad. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button, that bell right there in the middle so that when new content is released, you'll be the first ones to receive it. Being a father, gentlemen, starts in the womb. So start being that dad.